Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Chopper. So today we're going to be talking about how you can make yourself a better player at Call of Duty Black Ops 3. There's going to be some tips that are going to help you win more gunfights, become more aware, and just become a better overall, well-rounded player. So I have some tips that made me a good player because I was never I was not always where I am today. When I started Call of Duty, I could barely even control my guy and my gun. So I was really bad. And I had to practice and pick up these tips and tricks from. I got a little double kill at the bomb. Um, I just picked up these tips and tricks as I started playing, and I was like trying to think of what made me a good player. And I wrote some of them down. I want to help you guys become a good player as the best you can be. So the first thing I have, first and foremost, what you need to do in Black Ops 3 is you need to first of all try to master the movement system. I have not mastered it yet. I'm getting a good feel for it, and I'm getting better with it. When I started out, I was all right at it, but I'm definitely getting better. This gameplay actually, I ended up getting a ton of kills because I was using the movement system to my advantage. I was using it well, and it really flowed with me. I'm getting a lot better with it now. You'll see in my more recent gameplays that are going to be coming up soon that I've gotten a lot better with the movement system. But that's the number one thing you need to do right now in Black Ops 3 is you need to get good at the movement system. You need to get good at moving around the map quickly, using flank routes, using wall running to your advantage. I find that really helpful. I didn't actually think I would like the wall running at all, but it's a nice addition, and you can do some creative stuff with it, some creative flanks, and make some creative plays. So that's the first tip I got for you guys. Another thing I have is know your weapon. That sounds stupid, like Chopper. I know what weapon I'm using. I know it's an SMG, shoots fast. Yeah, cool. Whatever. But you need to actually learn your weapon. What this means is you need to know what your max range is, where you can actually do some damage. You need to know how fast it shoots, what it's good at, what it's not good at, because you can't really. The stats on the weapons when you're in the menu scrolling and stuff, they're really just arbitrary, and they're really hard to actually identify what it's good and what it's not good at, because you can't really judge the stats. I didn't know how good that range this Razorback was just from the stats, because it was just bars on a scale. You know what I mean? It didn't give me a clear indication of how powerful the range actually was. I actually got a feel of that when I put it on a class and started using it. So that's what I mean. Just know your weapon, learn it, and learn what it's good and what it's not good at. And there's like a skill there for every single weapon in the game. Every SMG is going to have a little different skill set, and you just have to learn what you're working with. Another thing you need to learn your specialist. That kind of relates to learning your weapon, except this is a little different. It's different in a sense, but you need to learn your specialist. You need to learn what it is good at and what it's not good at. And this, I'm using the Sparrow, and this is my first time ever using it. I was not good with it at all. I maybe get I think I do get like 1 or 2 kills, but I was not experienced with it. I've been using it a lot more, and I've actually gotten really good with it. So it's just, learning your specialist. You need to work with it and learn what it's good and not good at. I didn't know. Like, for instance, the Sparrow, I didn't know how far to pull it back to get, like, a good amount of range from a guy across the map. I had to pull it back all the way. I thought I could kind of just, pop it off really quick, but it fell short. So that's something I had learned from experience, and that's what you got to kind of learn with every single special, because they all have their own little set of abilities or just little, like, situations that are going to be good and that you can get yourself out of if you're using the right specialist and use it at the right time and in the right way. So you need to learn your specialist down to a T. Everyone's probably going to have their favorite specialist by the time this game comes out and stick with it most of the time, and that's the one you should probably work on learning the most. So the next thing I have is, this actually really helped me. This is kind of a weird tip, but this actually really helped me in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. I guess pretty much in every Call of Duty is learn how to scavenge weapons properly. Now, if you run an SMG and you find a gun on the ground, it's another SMG, and there's other options, don't pick up the SMG. Pick up a gun that is different than the range that you're having. So if you're using a shotgun, pick up like an AR, and that can cover some pretty long range. And then when you're going around the map and you're going to short range, you can pull out your shotgun. Then we see like a long range engagement coming up, you can just whip to your AR. And it actually doesn't sound like it would do that much good, but it really does. And it also does good if you run out of ammo. You have another weapon there, and you don't have to put it on a class, so it doesn't affect your pick 10. But scavenging weapons that are different than your class is something that really helped me, and I do it a lot. So after that, you need to get good at reading your minimap. It's just Minimap Awareness is what it's all about. In Advanced Warfare, the map was super easy to read because the dots have like the up or down arrow, but this kind of doesn't. And it doesn't. It's like Black Ops 2 doesn't have the up or down arrows. See, I just picked up that guy on my sixth sense because I'm always looking at my map. I always checking my map, and I'm making inferences on what I should do. I know the general direction that they're in, and I know how to act on that. I think this is where I get my sparrow kill right here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I popped this guy. There it is. But yeah, just learning your mini map, learning how to read it and infer where they are. I don't need exact dots of where they are. I just need a general direction, and I can scout them out myself. That just comes with learning the map as you play the game. Another thing I have is just this is kind of a general topic. It's just in better decision making you need to do. So what this really means is, if a guy is if there's two guys, no, let's say three guys are capturing A in domination, and you don't have any ammo. Maybe you have like 10 bullets in your Razorback. Are you really going to challenge all three of them, or are you going to try to wait till at least one of them comes off the flag and you can pick out one of them, pick up his gun, and then go for those other two if possible? Just stuff like that. You want to rush into dumb decisions. Like, for instance, in that scenario, if you were to run up on all three of them with only 10 bullets in your gun, you may get one, maybe two, but most likely you are going to die. And now, if you were to switch it up and kill one, then go for his weapon, then go for the other two, you have a much better chance of actually killing all three of them, and then maybe capturing the flag for yourself and getting some pretty high kill streaks. Actually, in this gameplay, I actually do end up going on a 20 gun streak, so it's a lot of fun to watch. I had a lot of fun this game, and my decision making really helped me get to that 20 gun streak. And then another thing, this is especially good in Black Ops games in particular, is learning the flank routes and how to use them. And Black Ops 2 is all about flanking. If you know how to flank the enemy, know where they're at, and know where their weak spot is. Oftentimes I like to use Grind as the reference to this. Grind had really good flank routes. If they're all holed up in that one skate shop, what room I'm talking about. If they're all in there and they're all looking down at the window where the skate park is, if you get like either in that staircase from behind or the door from behind, they're dead. If you got an SMG, you can just mow them all down and just dump truck them if they're not looking. That's what this game is really about. And you can especially take advantage because of the wall run flank routes. There's some really, really creative stuff you can do with these routes. So I just recommend you take good advantage of these because it's really, really going to help you. Another thing you should always try to do is use your ears. Now, they have the awareness perk on here, so it makes enemy footsteps louder. And that's good. I like that. And you can also listen for people boosting around with their thrust packs. And that's also a really, really good indication of where people are from me. It's not necessarily like the ping that comes up on the map when people are using their thing. It's actually the noise. I can hear them kind of boosting around. If they're behind me and they make a little noise, I can turn around, whip around, and see where they are, and hopefully get them down. I think that using your ears is really, really important in this game in particular, and not so much in Advanced Warfare because there really wasn't footsteps to be heard, but in this game there is, and you can have a perk that makes it better. So that's a good thing. And then I need to get better at this because I need to practice this. It's a little bit different than Advanced Warfare. Try to use your advanced movement in gunfights if you're really about trying hard. If you can use your double jump, your thrust jump or whatever, you can use it in gunfights to your advantage. And that'll win you some more gunfights. And that's just the cold hard facts. If you're jumping around, you're going to be a harder target to hit. And that's just really about positioning. And that leads me to my next point. Is of course positioning. Right there I just drop shot that guy. Basically, all I did was make myself a smaller hitbox. If you don't really know what the point of drop shotting is, I mean most of you do. It's to make yourself a smaller target and have a smaller hitbox for the enemy so they can't really hit it. That's where I got that 20 gun streak and then I just got shot in the back. But you just make yourself a smaller hitbox. And that's all really about positioning. And then the last thing I got for you guys is power points. I need to learn the power points in this game. I mean I'm starting to figure out where they are. But power points are basically spots that you can hold down and you're in a good position to fight enemies from. So like indoor buildings or little like nooks or crannies, not really camping, but just being able to take advantage of head glitches and cover and all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, all these points and little tips I had for you, you're not going to be able to apply them all in one game if you're just starting on Call of Duty. If you're new to Call of Duty, this is going to be a long process for you, but you can get started on it, get a head start on it now by listening to these tips. Of course, it's going to come with experience, and you're not going to be a pro at it the first time. But just take to heart what I had to say, and these should really help your gameplay and help you become a better player in the future. So if you guys did enjoy this, make sure you do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you're new to my channel. We're close to 700, so let's see if we can hit that 700 mark very soon. So again, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.